No credit either. Tear that label out.
It's your boy TroubleSome, your host, behind the mic, episode number 2. Got my boy Barzzz. If you ain't heard of him, you're about to find out who he is. Barzzz, let him know. Give yourself...
For one, man, bars, 3 Z's, for anybody sleeping on me. You know what I'm saying? Gotta wake them up one time. Main thing, man, I ain't just no other. You hear a lot of times people just say, I'm just another rapper trying to make it. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I got something to prove. I got something I'm trying to make some changes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Tupac sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Tupac changes, man. Can't keep it simple, you know. I'm trying to show something that everybody else ain't doing, you know. I ain't finna be hibbity-hobbiting throughout my lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I gotta speak that message.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Music with a message. Yeah. That's what music is really supposed to be about. At the end of the day, if you don't get something out of music, whether you're a fan of some music or whether you're an artist yourself, I mean, it's a lifestyle. It's an art. For many of us, including myself, it's a passion. You know, without it, sometimes life is
pointless.
It's boring. It's every negative word you can think of, you know, because music does bring even the darkest music, even depressing music can shine light on such a delicate situation.
Yeah.
Now, you went into what Barzzz is. You know, your name itself. It's so I get it. It's so important. The 3 Z's. It's really important. But let people know, like, where's Barzzz from? You know.
Well, for one, you know what I'm saying, Midland, Texas. You know what I'm saying. Represented always. Flatland, Moneyland, whatever you want to call it. Just know this where I'm from. You know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I like to do things, man. I don't like to just sit out here in this heat and melt every day. You know, I do like to travel and have fun and, you know, visit with Mother Nature a little bit. But, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to right now. But, you know, with music and everything, man, that's always been rapping wasn't always what I had planned, you know. I just love music, you know. They used to call me radio. They used to call me radio in school, man. And I'm sure a lot of people gonna laugh at that when they hear that, man, because they used to always call me radio. Because I didn't want to hear nothing nobody had to say to me. I just put in my earphones and rock, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I didn't want to hear nothing from nobody because half of them was talking. It's nonsense anyway, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I put in my earphones, you know. You ain't catch me with nothing more than probably zero and Trey. You know, that's all you gonna catch me with, you know what I'm saying? And I just go about my business now, but you know, that wasn't always my goal on what I wanted to do. You know, I was always into sports and stuff, you know, but I took a turn in school, whatever, you know, all that happened. But you know, I had a friend, you know, he was my brother, you know what I'm saying, in heart, you know, and he was always for the rapping, you know, his name was Quentin, and you know, he was always rapping, you know, he had every new mixtape that came out. You know what I'm saying? He all about Texas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He was always going by Big Texas Slab, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, he had every new mixtape came out. You heard this, and that. So he was my iPod filler. You know what I'm saying? He filled me up, you know, with the music and stuff. He
was like, well, nowadays, you know, satellite radios, they get the exclusive before the streets even get it. So at that time, he was like...
He was my XM radio.
Yeah, he was your XM radio. Yeah. He was your XM radio.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, God rest his soul, you know, we got in a wreck, man, and, you know, he passed, you know, and...
Sorry to hear that, man.
It's all good, man, you know, took a little while, but, you know, I accept it, you know, but, you know, he's a big motivation in what I do, you know, I always keep him on my mind, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, music just got to be in my escape, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really feel like I gotta tell you what I'm going through and stuff like that, so I build it up. I fight a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And I always got into trouble after that, you know. And you know, I felt a way to escape just by writing down, you know. So people journal or whatever, you know what I'm saying. So basically, I'm just letting, you know. So that's why whenever I'm writing, you know, I can write some stuff for clubs, you know. I can do whatever to turn up, you know. If there's gotta be shows or something like that, you know, I got no problem having something hype. But when I write, it's whatever I'm going through. Yeah. You know, what I'm dealing with at that moment, if I'm happy, it's going to be happy. You know, if I'm dealing with some pain, you finna hear about some pain. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever I'm dealing with. I'm not finna sit there. When I get my pen and pad, I don't sit there and say, what do people want to hear?
Yeah.
That ain't what I do. You know what I'm saying? I just say, you know what, this is what I'm dealing with, this is what I'm feeling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then it just so happens that everybody else can feel it because it's real life situations, you know.
I mean, at the end of the day, music in a lot of ways is personal. So when you're able to touch someone else through your music, you never know. Even if it's something you're going through, you know, you might offer or even shed some light on that situation to help somebody else get through it. You know, even if your song is strictly, you know, talking about that struggle, and maybe in that song you didn't necessarily come out to struggle, you're still struggling now. Someone else is going to hear that and they're going to think, you know, man, I'm not the only one going through something, you know, or whatever the case may be. No matter what the message in that music is, the fact that there is message in there, it's going to help somebody else out. Does the content of it, you know, good or bad, has no relevance. It's going to help somebody in some way. And, you know, that's what's missing with music nowadays. You know, I mean, it's cool to party. It's cool to get turned up. It's cool, whatever. I don't shout. I'm to the point where I feel like I'm not even hit with the words that are out nowadays. Yeah. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna make some music, you know, whatever comes out comes out, you know. So I mean, I get it, you know, that and I truly respect that you're doing music for you, because at the end of the day, if you start doing music for what people want to hear,
you won't be you.
You're not being you, and you're not being true to yourself, and then your music's gonna suffer because it's just gonna be just
you music. End up living for the people and not for you. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And that goes with anything, you know. You got to do stuff for you, you know. You got to live for you, and you can't help nobody else because you just helping everybody else and don't worry about yourself. You know, it ain't good to be selfish, but at times you have to be, because if you're always worried about somebody else, you can't take care of your situations. You know what I'm saying? And
what's that saying that they say? If and I'm probably gonna get this wrong a little bit, but if you can't make yourself happy first, you can't make nobody else happy. Yeah. You know. Before, you know, so it's like
basically
it's the same scenario.
Unto others, you know what I'm saying, doing good unto you type stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you know. So I mean, that's
that's really, you know, it's gonna sound like real, like people gonna be like, oh man, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's because a lot of people know about my past, you know, what I used to do and stuff. So they gonna be like, man, that ain't him, you know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't gotta believe that, you know what I'm saying? My actions showed. I'm not gonna sit up here and talk about like, oh well, you know, this ain't me no more, and this, you know what I'm saying? Let my actions show you, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta sit there and tell y'all what I'm going through. You know what I mean? It's just the life I'm living and all. But you know, just, you know, when you talk about struggle, you know, and like I just talk about how I was struggling, but like you said, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean that I'm not struggling. You know what I'm saying? It's like I struggle, I come up, and then I find myself struggling again, and I come up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the thing is, I'm not staying at that bottom.
No. And, you know, life itself is a struggle. You know, no one is going to be happy 24/7. If you're happy 24/7, you're not experiencing life.
Yeah.
You know, you got
somebody getting something handed to them.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to go through the bad to appreciate the good. You got to appreciate the good to get through the bad. So I mean, you know, good and bad, you know, good versus evil. I mean, all that goes hand in hand. And what we got to do as people is just accept it and know that, I think it might be bad right now, but we can get good.
Yeah.
You know, it's a cycle. You know, and we just you work through everything. I mean,
a lot of it's what you got in you. You know what I'm saying? If you got that push, man, then you can become anything. You know what I'm saying? It don't just have to be with music. You know, as long as you got that focus and that push, man, you can do anything. But when you get comfortable where you at, man, everything sits still. You the only switch that you sit still. You know what I'm saying? That world keeps spinning and spinning, and you just sitting there still, man. Ain't got nothing going for yourself. That's why right now, you know, especially like this, you know, I appreciate this for real, you know, because it's another step towards what I've been trying to do. You know, there ain't really nobody out there, radio stations that'll do interviews like this. You know, you got to be big and popping it for anything like that, you know. So what you're doing is great for the community, you know, and for local artists, you know. So if they ain't even trying to mess with you, man, they sleeping on you and they sleeping on themselves, you know what I'm saying? Because this is a big opportunity to get your side of the story out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and not to mention, any of my guests and people that are watching this get in your personal space and really get to know you. The music is one thing, but let them watch this interview, then let them go back and listen to your music again, and I guarantee the music, when they listen to it again, they're gonna hear something different.
Yeah.
They could hell. I mean, I know when I first heard the 2 tracks you sent me. When I first heard, just being a music artist myself, I feel I hear the pain, I hear the passion.
Yeah.
So I know, but with someone that's not an artist and they're just a fan of the music, they may have not heard that the first time, but after seeing and hearing your story, and then they hear that music now, then they're gonna understand. They're gonna feel like they have a more of a personal connection to you, and that's, as an artist, that's what you want, because not only does that create a fan base, that also creates that appreciation for the music that you make, and more people are word of mouth. People start to talk and be like, "Hey man, you checked out that boy Barzzz." I just copped his new CD, man. You gotta get it. That's how it starts, And then next thing you know, it's spreading like wildfires.
And y'all stay tuned in. I promise y'all gonna hear a whole lot more than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting some tracks ready for y'all right now. Make sure everything's legal. I ain't trying to get sued and all this, because I wasn't supposed to have this beat and all that. It takes a little time. It ain't as easy as a lot of people think. A lot of people think you just go out there and, you recorded it and you dropped it. Well, where is it at? Where is it at? Why ain't you send it to me? Yeah. Why not heard it? Just give me time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that quick. If anything happens that fast, man, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes time to fix something the way it needs to be. But then it kind of balances out on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you end up stalling too long, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've been taking a little bit too long to do certain things, like even like this. You know what I'm saying? It took too long for me to start opening my mind to to broaden out my view. You know what I'm saying? What do I need to be doing?
But even so, even though you feel like maybe you're stalling, you're at least you're giving yourself some time to make sure that everything sounds right, everything's in line right. I've said this time and time again, I'm about quality before quantity.
Yeah.
I may have all these albums already recorded, but how long did it take me to record those? I don't mind spending a whole year to work on an album, a year and a half to drop an album. I want to make sure that I'm giving everybody the best of me. So, with you, it just might be a matter of just offering yourself that perspective. You know what? I'm taking this much time because I want to make sure it's right.
Yeah.
I want people to hear the time and hard work I put into this.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily a flaw. It's kind of working in your favor. So
And see, that goes back to what you were saying. If you got that heart for music,
Yeah.
And if you don't, if you don't have no real passion for music, all this other nonsense you'll hear going on the radio right now that they just boosting that makes no sense. You can't understand what they saying. It makes no sense. It just got a live beat. Then you don't have no real passion for music. You know what I'm saying? You got a passion for beats. You know what I'm saying? You got a good passion for sound because they got a good beat that rock with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, you just like to get turned up all the time, and you just like to party, and you live the party, and that, and not knocking that. That's you, but if you really about the music, then let's be about the music. Why not be about the music and get turned really the fuck up? You know, you can do that. You can do both.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
and we, what I'm saying, doing this, you know what I'm saying, being around everybody, we done seen it all. You see the ones that don't want it, you see the ones that do want it. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got heart for music, there's no point to be rapping. You know what I mean? You got to have a real passion for it, because rapping isn't just to be making songs, and that's where they're confusing it nowadays. Nowadays, it's just to make a hit, Then you got all these one-hit wonders, And then nobody consistent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, how long he been in it? Because he was consistent with it, you know what I'm saying? But now you got people, you'll hear him, and then you'll be like, man, what was that dude's name that's on that song? Because he ain't stay consistent with it.
Exactly.
You know, and you got to have that passion, man. That's the main thing about it. You just, you know, there's too many people that just say, man, I just do it because I like it, you know? Yeah. I'm not doing it to be big or nothing like that. Well, then you wasted time, you know?
And see, like with me, I would rather put my time and money behind an artist that's just mediocre and show them, you know, hey, work hard. You ain't got to be mediocre forever.
Yeah,
you just work hard.
I was mediocre. You know what I'm saying?
I was there too. Hell, man, I could get my first album and you'd be like, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. You know what I mean?
I still got a notebook full of my old raps. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe one day I might want to go back and because there's so many. You know, and if you're a real artist, you know about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is notepad or a booklet full of lyrics that you ain't ever did nothing to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe one day I might want to go back and pull some out of it, but it's like my progress from when I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm looking, I'm like, how can I use this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, how can I use this, man?
It's almost like you know, and I don't know if you've had some songs that you're like, you know, you record them. You think they're cool at first, and you set on them. You listen to them, and be like, you know what? I don't feel like I gave them all.
Yeah.
You know. So those songs don't make the album or whatever. You know, and
that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? That's really where I'm at right now. Yeah. Because I should have been put out music a long time ago. I should have been starting this a long time ago, but I wasn't feeling I was ready then.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't confident with my music. You know, I would have all these songs or whatever. I'd be writing all the time, but then somebody would be like, well, show me something. And I'd be like, okay. And I'd show them that one song that I always felt go hard. Now it's like, man, I spit anything. You know what I'm saying? I got about all these songs laid up, and I just start dropping like, oh, you want to hear more? You want to hear more? You need proof? You know what I'm saying? You want me to show you why they call me Barzzz?
And sometimes, you know, maybe it was at the time, you know, maybe you didn't... Maybe at the time you didn't give yourself enough credit, and now you're in a different place now, and you know, and you know, I've got the pleasure of seeing you perform, so it's like you got a live performance, and then, you know, I saw people show a lot of love, you know, and
I love it, man.
They was feeling it, you know. So
I love doing music,
you know, getting yourself out there now and letting yourself be seen and heard.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna build that confidence to be like, you know what, that track right there was actually pretty dope, you know. I didn't think so at first, but, you know, it really is, you know, and it kind of, things start to grow and you see things differently. And that's only because now you got them positive vibes going, you got that clear mind.
You even have me zoning out for a minute, man. I just started thinking, like, about how much passion I got for this, man, because every time I hit that stage, like, and it don't even be packed all the time, you know what I'm saying? I've been to shows where it's like, you know, where I've had maybe like 7 people, you know what I'm saying? That's all that showed up was 7 people, you know what I'm saying? And I still got up there. I was a little kind of like thrown off by the outcome, you know, but this when I was first getting it going, you know, and I was like, man, this all I'm going to do it for, you know, but that was with my people, you know what I'm saying? That was my people, and I don't care. We still showed up, showed out, and had a good time with all 8 of us, you know what I'm saying?
And see, you know, whether it's, you know, 50 people, 100 people, whether it's 2 people there, whether, hell, it's only the people working that club or that venue, you know, as an artist, it's our duty to rock the stage,
whoever's
there, regardless of.
If only your grandmama show up,
you know,
Granny, hold up.
Hell, nowadays, if she's the only one, she ain't even there. Someone's live broadcasting. Yeah, you know,
for real.
You gotta
Granny
go
better
live,
have a little arthritis medicine because that hip might pop out of place when she started turning up. Yeah. You gotta get to throw them little bitty arms around, boy. But like one of the main things I wanted to get at was like, whatever you gotta understand, like with music, and this is more, you know, when I say you, I don't always just mean you know what I'm saying? That's how I just talk. I think a lot of people get that confused, you know, when I just say, you know what I'm saying?
You out there watching this, everybody watching.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever it's music, you know, I speak something positive. You know what I mean? Back before, see, I done cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think you got to be smoking. You know, you see every music video, somebody sitting there lighting something up, even if it's just a cigar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got to be drinking something. It ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I do this stuff clean and sober, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't do no drugs. I don't even smoke cigarettes. You know what I mean? None of that. And it's like a lot of people feel like that has to be in that. You know what I'm saying? I speak nothing positive, you know, because there's people out there that maybe they don't want to do it, but they see that that's the only way to, you know, to fit in or something like that. You know,
fit in, get accepted, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like this stereotypical rap lifestyle.
Yeah.
For you to like rap, you got to do what rappers do.
And that's why I said I want to do something different, because I'm gonna show that you do not need that. You know what I'm saying? You do not need that. You know, and that's and that goes with like my plans. You know, I do things positive. You know, when I know something's gonna take off. It ain't no when I say, I don't ever say like, well, if something happens, I say when. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's only a matter of time. You know,
it's almost like taking can't out of your vocabulary. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Take that. You know, it's the same. It's the same. You know, same thing. You know, and you know, I mean, I've fell victim to that sometimes where I'm like, I catch myself letting myself say, man, I can't do that, you know, or I don't know if I should, when I should have just done it. Just done it. Don't think about it. Just do it, you know.
Exactly.
You know.
And my whole thing is to be positive with whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Because you got enough people out there already talk about negative, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't sit there, you can't even get your kids to act right because everybody they listen to is killing somebody. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna bust a grape. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna do nothing to nobody. Yep. They out there getting their stuff stolen from them right there.
Exactly.
But they sitting out here talking about they got goons and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I don't roll with nobody.
Yeah.
You roll with me, we just gonna have to go hands. Because it ain't gonna be no stomping with four of us. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, we don't have to go, and I'ma go. I ain't scared.
You're gonna have to put the 3 Z's in.
Three Z's. Cause y'all gonna be sleeping for real. You gonna be sleeping for real. Nah, see, look, I didn't change. Look, I didn't change. So let me go and start that one time. But yeah, man, I just try to speak something positive, man, and you know how to get out of those situations. Not what I did in those situations. I'll talk about what I did in those situations, but then I also say why I don't want that in my life no more. You know what I'm saying? All that hustling and this and that. You can keep thinking you hustling all you want. Name somebody, and I'll wait for anybody to say, name somebody that hustle and still hustling today that ain't never been caught up.
Yeah. And if they still hustling today, then
they probably telling somebody.
You know, there's a problem there. You know? I mean, that's just.
But you know, now you can name people that's probably been hustling and left it alone and put that money to something else. Yeah. But you know, everybody keep thinking, "Oh, hustling's the way." I used to think like that when before I was like, "Man, hustling, that's all I'll never know." You know, if even no matter what, I'm never going broke. I've been broke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm broke right now. I don't even care. Yeah. I had to get nice for the thing, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I can get nice for y'all, you know, that's just how it go. I go to the show, I get nice for you. Catch me outside of the world, I probably in some shorts, chilling in the chucks, you know what I'm saying? But, but it's just about speaking a positive message and doing positive things, you know? Yeah. A lot of people, that's why they say, don't get big and act different on us. Nah, but you do the same. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Either you mess with me tough right now or not. So when I get big, don't change up either. Be that same person that didn't want to help me out and want nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
Because then everybody wants to start clinging on to you whenever they start hearing a name for you. But, see you in the studio, don't give you no credit for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't give you no kind of shout out, no nothing. See you around, act like they don't know that you doing anything with your music and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna keep it real, like. I got a vision of what I'm gonna do for people to help them out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not just a rapper. I'm an entrepreneur, man. I got all kind of stuff I'm trying to do. Yeah. Rapping is my way to get to that. You know, I don't want to be 40 or not 40. I don't want to be like 45 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Go hard, but he don't even got no business rapping no more. Yeah. All that money you can sit on, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Move it to something else. So I'm doing music, you know what I'm saying? And then I got plans for other people that do, businesses, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Landscaping, restaurants, stuff like that. Yeah. I got people that I know are good in those categories, and I want to get business started for them to help them and their families and their friends. Yeah. And then that'll also be my investments to keep money flowing. Exactly. But the only way you're going to do anything like that is to do good for other people. Exactly. You sit here and be stingy with all that and you just, I'm going to get this $20 million mansion. You sitting there in a lonely house. Exactly. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want a nice crib, a couple places.
It's almost like, I don't know how close the analogy would be, but it's almost like you'd rather be rich or wealthy, you know. So I'd rather be wealthy, you know, because, you know, being wealthy itself is not only about the money either.
Yeah.
You know, with wealth also comes, you know, I mean, you're gonna have the family, you're gonna have the support, you're gonna have the love. You know, rich is rich. That's all it is. It's just money.
Yeah.
Money itself, you know, and to me, you know,
green paper. That's all it is.
You know, and the fact of the matter is, money is necessary to live, but if as long as you don't put that first.
Yeah.
Everything you can be a lot happier than the richest man in the world, you know, easily.
And I am not ashamed to say God, sobriety, all that first.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Before any of this, you know what I'm saying? If this was to hinder anything, if music was to get in the way of me keeping my mind right, you know, how many times have you seen people get famous, you know, actors and stuff like that commit suicide, got all this money, you like, how you not happy?
Yeah.
And a lot of times because they start looking at themselves and what they've done with themselves, you know, what have they done for anybody? They start getting depressed and all that stuff.
And see, and that just shows you that, you know, and this is the mistake that people make. You know, they idolize these celebrities, not realizing they're people too. They got same problems we do. You know, a lot of times, you know, you're sober nowadays, you know, and big. That's
clean sober, been a year today.
That's
not today.
That's respect, you know, like, you know. I mean, not many. I know people that are probably sober, and just because they're in the music game, they feel like they gotta act like they still do the shit, you know. And
I'm not even gonna lie, man. I've had times where I was just like, well, man, if I ever come across Snoop Dogg, like, how am I gonna say no to that? You know what I'm saying? But like, that'll just, man, that's a slope for me. I ain't trying to go down. So I had to be like, man, play, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I really do, but I can't, man.
Hey, but then you can talk about how you're the one dude that said no to Snoop Dogg, you know, and be cool about it and be like, you know, no, right now no one's gonna admit it right now, like, but when it does happen, they're gonna be like, oh man, that shit was dope. I can't believe you did that. That was Snoop, you know. And
Snoop gonna be talking, you know, with his little slang. You know, say, nephew, you know, you the first one that told me you ain't want to smoke, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And shit, you know, at the end of the day, somebody's gonna respect the fact that you went that route, you know. And it's, you know, I respect that a lot because even myself, I don't fit in, you know, to what your stereotypical rapper's supposed to be like. Yeah. You know, I ain't supposed to be educated. Fuck, I'm educated. Yeah. You know, shit. I don't just.
That's not even a typical rapper though. That's where we get, like, people get twisted. You know what I'm saying? We get twisted because that's how they trying to make it look. That's how they trying to make it seem that you gotta be illiterate if you want to rap. But that's nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
And see, the people that are that do go the route of they want to be educated, you know, they get to shine. Maybe their spotlight ain't as big, but I guarantee they so much happy right now. Yeah, they putting in work, money's coming in. Exactly. But that's a story that's not told.
I'd rather have that life. Me too. I'd rather not be my thing ain't. A lot of people just be like, I just want to be the best rapper. I just want to be the best rapper. That's all their focus is. I just want to be able to live my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sit here and go paycheck to paycheck.
And see, and I can take that a step further and be like, you want to be the best rapper? For you to be the best rapper, honestly, you want to be the best? Do it with a clear mind. Yeah. Honestly, like think about it. Some of these guys that really do, you know, and not knocking what they do, you know, you like to smoke, you like to drink. That's your thing. That's cool. But give it a chance to try things with a very, very clear mind. Yeah. And I guarantee you'll love the results. I mean, your music. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Your music. You know, I had never heard of you up until we did that cypher. Yeah. And then I heard an actual 2 songs of yours, and I'm like, why does this dude not have something out already? You know, like, and I mean,
I tell myself that a lot, man. I do. But, you know what I'm saying, that's something I'm really working on. You know, y'all going to be able to find something soon. You know, I'm going to have my SoundCloud up and rocking. Look for Barzzz with 3 Z's. Barzzzz. And then it's going to be unlimited. But there ain't going to be no E. It's going to be a 3. You know what I'm saying? Barzzz Unlimited. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have my music up. But the thing is, it's more than just SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's where a lot of people get twisted, you know. That's why it ain't just been my main focus for SoundCloud, because a lot of people just put their music on SoundCloud. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. Like, I got a couple tracks I'm sitting on, and I'm like, I want to upload. I want to show them to the people, but it's like you said, things got to be right. And to me, for things got to be right, I want to drop a video. I want to drop some visuals. I want people to see what I'm talking about, not just hear. I want them to see it. You know, even if it's something as simple as just hanging with the boys, you know, hanging with the family, something, you know.
Yeah.
If I can put a visual to that track is going to mean much more than had they just heard it.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say every song needs a video, but when you have a video, man, people are going to...
It brings the attention more.
It brings the attention more.
It's one thing to be sitting here listening to this like this, like, oh yeah, let's go hard.
You know what I mean?
Then to watch, you know what I'm saying, like, oh man, he really doing something.
And if we can do it...
You got to see it to believe it.
Exactly. And if you can put out a video that not only is the music itself telling the story, but now
show a visual story.
You're showing the visual story with it. It's like blow people's mind, especially like for example, your tracks. You know, your tracks, the ones I've heard, you know, they could easily tell a story.
Yeah.
And to like, the only reason why I can visualize it already is because, you know, I have that mind. I like to do videos.
Yeah.
I like to create. But for someone that just is a fan of the art, might not necessarily be able to visualize so that when they actually really do see it,
blows their mind.
It blows their mind. And they're going to appreciate that much more that, you know, they might have been on the verge of be like, the track's dope, but they didn't buy your CD.
Yeah. But
then they see the visual, and they're like, man, is this CD out already, you know?
And see,
then they start to look, you know? I mean,
man, it's just, you can do all that sometimes, though, but man, it's like, it's just the way people think, man. If it ain't just a trending video, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they, okay, say you barely post a video, you know, and somebody big don't post it, you know, a lot of people get big like that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, somebody big will post and then you get all these views and then you start getting noticed, you know what I'm saying? But like, you just post a video, man, if you got only 100 views yet, that's all you got. They don't want to click on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Simply because that's where their mind state is. If it ain't got views, they don't got no part of it.
But the thing that you do got to think about though is those 100 views that you did get are 100 legit views. People that sat there and actually took the time, you know, and
I'm just saying to push it though, to get it out there. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, I'm not gonna lie, it's harder for us to push sometimes. But the thing is, like you said, consistency. Keep going with it. Keep giving it your all. What you'll end up seeing is, and I shit you not, you will see this. You know, drop one video, it'll get a couple of views, a couple hundred views, whatever. You know, drop another video.
Yeah.
It's gonna get more views than the last one. Drop another video. It's gonna get more laughs than the last one. And it's just people start to say, oh man, this boy Barrzz putting in some work, you know?
And see, people been hearing me, I don't even know like that, man. I was doing that, you know, and then I kinda started fading off, and you know, that's why I'm saying, like, you know, I gotta just get back into that mentality, you know what I'm saying? Like I started slipping off a little bit, you know, this is still reality, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no you know, make believe stuff, you know what I'm saying? This is reality. So until this does blow, I still have to pay bills, you know what I'm saying? So I get into work and, you know, we end up having to work a lot of hours, you know, just get all that time to put towards the music. But you know what I'm saying, when I do with the music, man, I do it like I was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting all into it.
And see, that's another thing, you know, your past makes you who you are today.
Exactly.
And
for real,
you know, you must have, you know, done some, you know, you did some dirt or whatever, you know, whatever the case is, you know, that molded you to the person you are. And the music game ain't no different than the hustle game. I mean, music is a hustle itself.
Yeah.
When we go to our 9 to 5,
you gotta go out there and push it, just like you gotta push everything else.
It's just now you're moving to a legit hustle, and using what you know, you got an advantage because you know what it takes.
The only difference is if the cops pull up on us, we ain't going to jail for what we trying to push. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And I know the media, what the media portrays right now is, you get pulled over, you're gonna get shot, killed, or put in jail. But they're, what they don't broadcast is that there are some good out there still. That say you do get pulled over by a cop. What if that cop happens to be a fan of hip hop and finds out you're an artist? You never know. He might be like, oh, you do hip hop, you do rap. He was like, he might buy a CD off of you. Ain't nothing far fetched from something like that, because you can create fans in the most odd places. Yeah. And that's.
And see, with all that, you know what I'm saying? Like me, like when they portray that, with all this stuff going on, sometimes what they don't understand is like more people. It's just like nowadays people are more focused on trying to prove a point than trying to get home nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Gonna pull out their camera like, man, nah, just give me my ticket, whatever. Let me go about my way.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get home. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out here trying to prove the world. You got enough people out here trying to prove the world that we got bad cops out here. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing new. There's always been bad cops. There's good cops. You know what I'm saying? I done got tickets. I done got let go. You know what I'm saying?
And see what they don't even realize. Your encounter with a bad cop. If you act the way you're still supposed to act, and do what they say you got to do, whatever, the answer they questions, whatever, whatever the case may be. Yeah. Even if that cop is bad, he got nothing on you, so there's nothing he can really do. Yeah. The fact that you're instigating the situation. Yeah.
If it's just way out the blue, like, I ain't going for that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm still not going for that. But you know what I'm saying. Other than that, like, I've had cops sit there. They had nothing on me. You know what I'm saying? You got any questions or something like? Nah, man, I ain't got nothing. Let me go. You got anything? If you don't, go back to your car. Let me go. Yeah. But they out here trying to prove points that everybody already doing, and then I ain't got no part of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just let me go about my business. You got the pistol. You can shoot me if you want, and then you got the law behind you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, let me go about my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here to get killed.
And I want to say, 9 times out of 10, no matter how that cop is,
he got his mind made up when he get to that car anyway.
You're going to be all right regardless, for the most part, Yes, yes, something can go wrong even if, you follow what you're supposed to do. But had you tried, not to make the situation worse than it really is, then this shit wouldn't always be happening.
And then even like we're going back to music with that, like, what I'm saying, a lot of people just sit there and the people that are up there that need to be sitting there supporting this stuff, saying, y'all don't have to be acting like this, you know what I'm saying? Instead of egging it on because they know people are looking up to them. People are idolizing them, you know what I'm saying, and listen to them, and they see this thing and they're trying to go with that instead of them saying, like, you know what, just get home. You know what I'm saying? Y'all goal is to get home. Y'all got enough fathers locked up, you know what I'm saying, single mothers, you got enough of that. Just go home and everything will play out how it needs to be.
Yeah. And see, the thing that even these celebrities don't understand, okay, people idolize you. Like you said, people idolize them. So if people idolize them so much, then why, don't they speak up on the situation and tell people, hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing it like this. You shouldn't be reacting like this so that you don't get this bad reaction. Yeah. And if we had that, more people would listen because they're more likely to listen to these celebrities they idolize as opposed to their close loved ones, sometimes.
And they sit there and say they're for the community, but all they're doing is agging the situations on, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like with Kevin Gates, a lot of people get mad with stuff he say. Not everything he says I agree with, but, you know what I'm saying, he'll say it like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't for that. Yeah. Then you have all these other ones like, no, that's wrong, and y'all don't need to be dealing with that, this and that, and, know you're right, so you can argue with them. Man. Go home.
Even perfect example of even somebody at least attempting, what was it, wasn't it Snoop in the Game that actually tried to make that connection with the cops to be like, showing people, hey, it
ain't got to be like that.
It ain't got to be like that. We got to come together, to actually really stop this, because you got two parties here. You got the people, you got law enforcement. if y'all don't come together, these situations are gonna keep happening.
Yeah.
To show the people that, hey, we can be united, then that would.
And that's why, like, it goes back to the music. That's why I always speak something positive, because this is what you're putting into someone else's ear.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you're feeding somebody else's mind. They hungry. They want to hear something. You know, they want to. You know, even with music, you know, they want. I mean, like with any situation, you know, they want. It's like they put them in so they can find the answer. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And they like, well, what should I do about this? You saying talking about break up and go. I'm gonna mess with this and that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they start playing in their mind. You know, that's how I used to be until I expanded my mind and got myself together. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. You know, you speak something positive. Well, maybe somebody will start doing the right things. You know what I'm saying? But if all they ever hear in this world is negative, then you gonna sit here and just play like, well, you know, all the young teenagers, this is all they do. Well, why don't y'all talk about something else? Yeah. You know?
And see, even like with your music, if you know, your music could be the deciding factor of what somebody might do, because at that moment they were listening to your music.
And that's my goal, man. That is my goal.
Let's just say they're thinking very negative thoughts that they might do the unthinkable. You know, they pop in your music, realize, man, this guy right here has some good music, and man, he's no different than I am. You know, he's struggling, but look at him. He's still breathing. He's still pushing.
And a lot of people seen what I came from.
You know?
And, you know, that gives them hope, because they're like, man, he was out there worse than I was. He was out there doing worse than I was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And look where he at now. You're going to get them to get mad because you were doing worse than they are. And now you're up here. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? I don't care which one outweighs the other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, you know, it's all about positive, man. That's what it's got to be about.
Even if in your music you're talking, you know, about your past, you know, the past is you, you know. Yeah. And
I ain't running from it.
For people to see that this guy isn't perfect, but he sure is trying his hardest to be the best man that he can be. Came from this. Look at where he's up here. You know, I mean, that doesn't go unnoticed. You know, and people see that, and the people you wouldn't even have thought of are going to be the ones that appreciate. People that don't even know you are going to appreciate just because they popped in your music and listened and heard something in there that got them to think,
how did he know what I was going through right now?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, how this dude know exactly what I was thinking?
When you can get those reactions from people, you know, you got some good music.
And even in the music, I don't even cuss. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying? That's why rap gets so limited to the viewers. You know what I'm saying? Because with the cussing, you know, you always downgraded women and all that. That's all it's about now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So people only so many, man. There's compared to all the other music. You know what I'm saying? Rap isn't gonna have that many people that go for it because of the violence, all that talks about, you know, degrading women, all that stuff. You know, I've had so many people tell me, you know, you spoke something to me. I can listen. I hate rap. When I post my videos, you know what I'm saying, all they say is, man, I hate rap, but I sat down and listened to your whole song because you spoke a message and I didn't hear no cussing, you know, and then I post videos where I was cussing, and just because I spoke a message, they would still like it. But even when I cleaned it up, it got even more people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're like, you know, you spoke something real, and, you know, you talked about something, and I don't like rap, but I could listen to it, you know, and I sat through the whole thing and watched. Really what I'm working on is my mixtape, you know what I'm saying? I'm calling it Barzzz. You know what I'm saying? Not no Tarzan, man, Barzzz, because I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna eat something up, man. Y'all ain't even really ready for it, man. When y'all hear this, y'all ain't gonna think it's me. You know, they ain't gonna believe it's me, man. But, you know, that's gonna be my mixtape, you know, Barzzz Volume 1. And so, you know, until we actually get out there, I ain't gonna waste my money trying to make these albums and put them out like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna do mixtapes until it really get out there. And then we gonna start putting that real money into it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
I mean, it's just like building you gotta build that fan base first. Before, you know,
because I don't want to be wasting what can be bigger. You know what I'm saying? When my name gets bigger, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm coming out with that mixtape Barzzz, and I'm getting my websites and everything straightened up right now. Y'all can go Facebook, look up Barzzz Unlimited, BARZZZ. You know what I'm saying? Unlimited. And I'm gonna have all my information on there. Y'all can go like the page and all that. And I'll have everything else linked up to it. Y'all can see where the SoundCloud is gonna be. YouTube channel, all that stuff. So just look that up, check it out. Hope everybody like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, it ain't gonna be no other choice to like it. If y'all like it, man, go ahead and go listen to Lil Yachty.
I mean, it's. I mean, I heard 2 tracks, and honestly, all it took for me was 1 track, and I'm like,
yeah,
dude, I'm ready to hear the album. I'm ready to hear some.
Yeah.
And, on top of that, I'm like, at some point, I'm like, I gotta collab with this dude. This dude's putting in work. I mean, I can hear it. And
that's I'm glad you said that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to collab with whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whoever. As long as you really trying to make something yourself and you really trying to keep something positive. I'm down to always collab. You know what I mean? Now, if you just want to sit here and get me on a song that just talk about nonsense, man, I can't write to that. It's gonna take me about 3 hours. If you want me, that's what the biggest problem is when people take a long time to write about things. A lot of times they're rapping about stuff they don't talk about. So shout out to all y'all mental artists, man. There's a lot of y'all out there. I'm not even gonna try to name y'all because there's so many, and I don't want nobody to be like, oh, he ain't shout me out. So y'all know who y'all are. Shout out to Q-Man, you know what I'm saying? Q-Man Productions been helping me out, getting my music going to recording. Cold, man. You know what I'm saying? Just shout out to everybody that's supporting me. And been behind me through this, even when I didn't even feel like I was ready for this yet. You know what I'm saying? So just appreciate for that, all that, and anybody else, man, y'all ain't on the team, that's on y'all.
I want to thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you, bro.
We ran way longer than we needed to.
Hey, you got a little deep, man.
A lot of a lot of things they had to be heard.
Yes, sir. Love y'all, appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Barzzz 3 Z's, you know what I'm saying? Boy, troublesome right here.
Yes, sir. M.O.B Media, Behind the Mic, episode 2.